Libra, this is your forecast for September 2017, and we have a month with a lot of new beginnings, openings. We had those eclipses there in August, both the lunar eclipse, we had the solar eclipse. Some of that energy is going to be spilling over into this month, right? And we're going to be looking at those opportunities coming up. But I'd like to start with Venus and Mars. They're both in the sign of Leo as we start off the month, which falls into your 11th house for hopes, dreams, friendships, groups and organizations. So I can see how you're going to be really busy catching up, spending time with your friends. Not only that, but any new groups that you sign up with, it feels like that could be a lot of fun. You can end up being a midpoint there since Leo is here in your chart, right? And you want to do that by September 5th. Why? Because Mars will then move into Virgo, which will be your 12th house. And then you're going to feel a little bit more of a need to pull back. Listen to your intuition. Do your spiritual work, or creativity is really brought out here in the 12th house of Pisces, which Pisces are very, very creative. So you might just feel a need to be a little bit more on your alone time. Because the sun is here in your 12th house, Mars, when it comes in, it's stopping for the first time for 2 years, needing to recharge. Venus will be in your 11th house, though, until September 19th, so you can still be good to go out there. But after the 19th, even Venus, too, will want to move in and recharge. But it's such a great way to start the month because all that Leo energy, it's so warm, it's coming from the heart, so you're expressing yourself, and you're just feeling that much more generous. Now, Mercury is retrograde as we start off the month and will go direct September 5th, and that's the same day that Mars is going to be changing signs, changing houses from your 11th into the 12th, right, and from Leo into Virgo. And so when Mercury is now direct, we're good to go. We can sign contracts again, even though if there's something really mega special, I would say wait for Mercury to move out of its shadow at least a little bit. Give it a week or two if you can. If not, at least know that it is direct from the 5th. So what I'm also preparing for you this month, Libra, is a full 1 hour calendar where we're going to be following the aspects of the moon, because when I do this month-to-month reading like I have been here, we're just looking at the major aspects and transits. We can't really list all the moon's aspects because it moves so quickly and it's just way too many to speak of. So if you're wanting to know what your day-to-day schedule is going to be looking like, remember that the moon always rules our emotions, how we feel, how we react, and so forth. Then that will be a video that could be really good for you to use as a reference. And you could find it here when you click on the I button of information, or you can find it in the link below. But I think that could be a great tool if you're interested, so go for it, right? But let's start on top of the calendar here for September with these transits, and we're starting off with Mars and Uranus. Now, Mars is your drive, it's your goal, your physical energy. When Uranus comes in, which always comes with a sense of surprise, the unexpected, it denotes change, right? So here on the second, you might feel that that direction of Mars might take a turn for something, but it should be good. It could be an unexpected event or opportunity coming your way. We just never know, but when it's a beautiful aspect like this, it should be good. Now, Mars at that time is in your 11th house, so that could be the direction some of this good news is coming from. Uranus is in your 7th house for partnership or long-term relationship. So it could also be an event or a change coming from your partner and him or her sharing that with you. On the 3rd, we got Mercury, which is how we think. It's how we communicate, what we communicate. It's really dynamic because it's linked in here on a very tight orb to Mars. It's conjunct. Mars being very Marsy, active, right? And Mercury communicative. I can feel that you're just talking away, sharing. Maybe you're sharing the good news of what happened the prior day. On the 9th, we have the Sun, which is you. It's in the 12th house for spirituality, creativity, and so forth, where you're kind of like acting behind the scenes, so to speak. You're not fully out there. The sun is kind of like holding yourself close to spirit. But Pluto is that pivotal point of transformation. And Pluto for you is in the area of your 4th house, which has to do with home and family. This might be a day where you just want to stay at home, do some changes. Pluto wants to transform something. So I could easily visualize you changing the furniture around or something, just to bring up a new sense of creative key. Then we have the 12th, which is a wonderful day. Now, Libra, your ruler, Venus, is linked to Saturn in a beautiful trine. Saturn is always all about security, stability, where we feel grounded. And Saturn is in your 3rd house for communication, but also short distance travel. It's your siblings, it's your close neighborhood and community and so forth. Venus rules the heart. And so Venus still being in your 11th house, I feel that maybe within a community or group of people, you can come together and do something, make a change that is really, really worthwhile. And in that case, it might even have some longevity connected to it, which Saturn always looks out for. There could also be a return of karma, good karmic, not debt, but being the recipient of. I'm sorry, my Norwegian is getting in the way. But you know, where good deeds in the past are now coming to you that you can cash in on, which would be absolutely beautiful. On the 15th, Venus is still doing something good. Venus is now sextile Jupiter. Venus, love and romance, but also money, right? And Jupiter just being so generous and so abundant and giving and so forth. Now, this is a day where romance can really fly high. If you're single, you know, you could meet somebody. And in that case, should you? Now with this Saturn still in this orb to Saturn, I feel that the signature has longevity to it. It's a great time to get engaged, to get married, or any kind of business agreement. I feel that that could really work out for you as well. So if you're thinking about starting a new business or a new job, well, good luck, because why? You're going to start off here in a wonderful way. The news is excellent. On the 16th, I feel that you are definitely going to be chatting and talking about all this good news that has happened to you along the path. Remember when I said that Mercury and Mars was conjunct? It was. There on the 3rd. You were just expressing all the good news of the surprise which took place there when Mars and Uranus was trine. Now here we have Mercury again, because now Mercury is going direct and it's passing that same degree of Mars. And so what that's going to do, I could see you talking on the phone and sharing the good news of the 15th, because here we have another surprise that came in, which I feel in many ways could be overwhelming, but in a positive sense, because both Venus and Jupiter are givers, right? And that really shunts you off to the 17th, where Uranus and Venus now are trine, just like Mars was. So whatever happened on the 2nd, you're going to get a second shot at this, okay? So if all that was good, you can expect this to be good as well. So this could be money, it could be love, but it's got that unexpected twist turn to it, which I think is really going to put a big smile on your face. Uranus, of course, is your 7th house for partnerships, so I'm thinking that is where a lot of this is coming from. Then we have Venus moving in to your 12th house on the 19th, which is great. Now she's wanting to rest up a little bit. I think she's been really full of action all month to this point. But listen, after that 19th, I would like to caution a little bit, because the rest of the transits we have throughout the month, they're going to be a little tricky to say, as an understatement. We have a lot of oppositions coming up, and it starts off on the 19th with Mercury and Neptune. When they're opposed, Neptune isn't working on its highest level, which is clairvoyance, you know, it's psychic, it's clairvisions and so forth. We see what it is we're seeing, but when it's either in opposition or square, it kind of muddies a little bit, and then we get the illusion of things, not the reality of things. So here there could be a communication since Mercury is involved. Maybe we're not hearing exactly what is being said, or somebody could be portraying a new, should I say, proposal of something, and it might just have that sound of it being too good to be true. So be aware of it. Don't make any choices if you're feeling doubt. You know, oppositions can make us doubt because we're leaning here and then we're leaning there, right? It's always a signal to just wait. Then we have on the 24th, Mars, your action, your direction in life, your goals, right? Your determination to want to move ahead is wanting to move, but Neptune is in an opposition. And so I'm feeling that things are still maybe just a little unclear. But you might be very drawn to it. The illusion of whatever can really be great. And so we really want to jump, especially because Jupiter too is in the picture with an opposition to Uranus on the 27th. So that kind of draws a picture to me that we might be pulled into something, thinking this is great. You know, Neptune can spin these incredible illusions. So we're hearing about it first with Mercury, then we're wanting to act on it with Mars, right? And then Jupiter is like, oh yeah, I'm so enthusiastic and optimistic. It's like, but if you do, the news of the 29th may bring to you a letdown, all right? When Venus, your heart, your love, your money, right, may now see the reality of what has been portrayed. Also in opposition to Neptune. So we're a little on a tricky, bumpy road from the 19th to the end of the month, but you know what? The month started out so wonderful, and I think go with that. Be optimistic, enthusiastic with it, and just, you know, hold back a little bit. There's always a time to move forward, always a time to step back, and just be a little temperate, and then just wait to see what October will bring you. And you could also, like I said, tap into the calendar, the day-to-day calendar, and look what aspects the moon is bringing you on these dates. You know, that will really give you even further or more in-depth understanding of what is taking place with you here on this last week. So let's talk a little bit about the moons. We got that full moon on September 6th, 13 degrees in Pisces. So that will be in your 12th house. So, yeah, I feel, yeah, no, I'm sorry, in your 6th house, which is Pisces. And so for you, that is your work area, your day-to-day type of job, your routines and so forth. Now, it is going to be conjunct Neptune. So I'm feeling that you're going to be really seeing, it's like this whole area is going to light up for you, where you're working towards what works for you. And so you might just even come up with some kind of incredible, beautiful idea that could really behoove you in not just weeks, but even months to come here at Libra. So I love, love, love that for you on September 6th. Then we have the new moon, which is taking place September 20th, and that is 27 degrees in Virgo. So that will be right at the end of your 12th house, right at the cusp of your ascendants. Now, Virgo is all about thinking things through, right? And and you're always good about that, I feel. You're very intuitively in touch with your reasoning powers. You know, you kind of balance it back and forth, but you're very practical in so many ways, Libra. And so this new moon, and thinking about the solar eclipse new moon of last month, well, you're going to see how it's going to be showing up here in this area. And it's telling you to really be alert, to listen within, that inner voice, that higher spiritual self, your true self, right? Give a little me time. I think this is so important because when you do, when you're just quiet for a few hours, you really recharge super fast. It's like if you're not sleeping well at night, you know, a 10-minute power nap might do you a whole lot more than a full night's sleep. This is how this energy is in the 12th house too, that just a couple of hours of recharge can do more than a full week or two recharge just by taking me time. So think about that September 20th, and I will see you in October, and I hope there will be a lot of great news for you there, Libra. So have a good one. Bye now.